The title of today's word is, you cannot make it through life without God's direction. Why is God saying that? He's saying it because many of you are trying to go it your own way. Many of you know that you're heading in the wrong direction, but yet you stubbornly stay on that bad track that is leading you into a destructive place. And God told me to tell you, stop, look, and listen. On this roadway called life, there are many directional guidelines that God has given to help us to get around the pitfalls in the street, to help us to get across the ditches, and to get us up on the mountain where the altitude changes when the serpents and scorpions begin to come after us, because up on a higher level their power to work diminishes where you are concerned. So on today, Holy Spirit says, come on up on a higher level with me and listen to what it is that I have to say. Again, what he is saying, the reason he said you can't, he's saying you are not capable. You are not capable of being able to handle your life without God's direction. God say, I'm getting ready to tell you what you need to know so that you won't miss it ever again. How many of you like that? If I was part of the congregation, I'd be doing this. Turn to the book of 1 Samuel. We going somewhere with this. 1 Samuel, the 8th chapter. Listen, whenever a person gets in trouble, they always, before you can get out of it, you always have to go back to the root cause. Whenever your life begins to manifest that you going in a wrong direction and trouble keeps hitting you on every side, you got to retrace your steps. My husband lost his keys the other day, and he looked everywhere and couldn't find them. I said, baby. Yeah, I call him baby. He's my baby. I say, you going about it wrong. I say, go back and retrace your steps all the way back to the last time you knew that you had those keys in your hand. Instantaneously, he went back and he didn't find them, he located them. The keys wasn't lost. He was lost from the keys. How many of you all are getting it? So whenever things have been going really good in your life, but then something occurs to get you off a kilter, don't go and ask your neighbor. Don't go and ask your friend. Just turn around and go back and start retracing your steps to the point where you know you had it. Israel lost their way. But they lost their way not because they didn't know how to go where they were going, but they veered off of the pathway. And before they even realized it, they were lost along the way. How did it happen? As long as they were satisfied with what God was doing in their lives, everything worked out well. I see the Israelites popping up all over the congregation. But something occurred in their lives, and they began looking around. Y'all watch it when you start looking around. See, any athlete knows that when you are going after something, you keep your eyes on the prize. I was listening to the basketball stars. Don't ask me no name, it's a lot of stars. But this one man, his record for free throws for that night was 92%. So they interviewed him because most stars are lazy. Long as they're not a star, they'll practice. How many of y'all know I know what I'm talking about? But as soon as they get to be a star, oh, I'm good. Oh, I don't need to do that. And the next thing you know, their free throw record drops way down. It cracked me up the other day when they were talking about one star, and his free throw record was 54%. When I was in school, that was a failing grade. So this guy, they said, what is the secret to your success? Because when you throw that ball, it looked like the ball is going kind of off. But by the time it looked like you throw it too straight, looked like you ought to arc it a little more. But he said, no, that's not the secret. He said, when I want to be sure that I make that basket, he said, I don't look at the line. I don't look at the coach. I don't look at my team. And I don't look at my opponent. He said, I look straight at the point above the basket where I want that ball to drop. And he said, I can do it with my eyes closed. He said, when I let it go, I know where that ball is going. How many of y'all, we can go home, can't we? I love that. See, it winds up being like Minister Roosevelt said, an extension of your hand. It's like you carrying that hand all the way up there and put your hand open and dropping it right in. I love that. In other words, you got to trust what the teacher is teaching in order for you to become a successful learner. I love it.